Do you want to start with that today? It's a kind of an older. It's been a couple weeks.
I don't know.
We haven't gotten to it, but I thought since you can see my notes now,
I was thinking about. I just don't really have an opinion on that, really, other than.
But look at that visual.
That's a visual. That's like an MRI machine or a CT scan. You know.
And somebody out there is hammed up.
Did you know what CT stands for in CT machine?
No, I don't.
So a CT scan is a Cortez Townsend scan.
Cortez Townsend?
Danielle Cortez and Michael B. Townsend invented this scanner back in 1927. But obviously back then there was a lot of radiation involved because they didn't know how to power it. So it just ended up making people sicker.
Cortez?
No, I made that up. I made that all completely.
You're getting good at that.
Thank you.
You should tell my daughter stuff like that.
I can't wait till she's old enough to understand what I'm telling her.
I can't wait for her to ask questions, and I can't wait to not know the answer, because then I really get to be creative.
Well, I thought about this the other day. Remember how you just took blind faith off of what people told you because there wasn't the internet?
Sure.
Yeah.
Even after the internet, you could still get away with that with certain folks and certain details. Like I'm talking about, I'm looking at you.
We just did it.
Well, no, but also remember the Anderson debacle.
Thompson.
No.
Oh, no.
I told you that Paul Thomas Anderson and Wes Anderson were brothers.
Yes, I talked about that the other day.
Yeah. And then you believed it for like 8 years and screamed it at somebody's daughter in a bar for that.
That's not what happened. Some guy heard me telling somebody else that fun fact and then told me I was wrong to my face, drunk at 10 o'clock in the morning because I worked nights. And there was a morning happy hour at Trophy Room.
I'm just thinking, why would you offer that information?
Also, who has the gall at 10 a.m. on a Tuesday to tell somebody that they're wrong like that?
Well, here's the thing. If somebody, say, somebody heard you say that who actually knows that that's not true, hearing that unprovoked at 10 a.m. would be alarming.
If I'm at Trophy Room for morning happy hour for night employees, which is exactly what that was.
You have to let me lie.
You have to let me lie. That's it.
I'm wearing scrubs. These women think I'm a doctor.
Sir, I'm a sleeping dog. Gotta let me lie.
These women don't know that I'm a CNA.
These women don't know that I just wiped an ass and bagged a body and then came here for a beer.
You know what? If I bagged a body, I would have to have a beer.
You know,
Bottle of suds. Bottle of suds.
Often when you bag a body, you gotta wipe the ass too. So really, you get to one-stop shop.
Why bother wiping it?
Because it's still a person who was occupying that body. You know, how would you feel if you died and then the first thing happens, you go to heaven?
Here's what I meant.
Hold on, you go to heaven and then be like, listen, you died, and this is your body that you left, and then you look and you're just like, oh, well, there's a bunch of shit in my ass.
But I'm just saying, isn't that I don't know what part of the process that happens.
You gotta clean it. You gotta clean it before it dries.
You clean the body immediately after they evacuate their bowels,
yeah,
if possible.
Yeah,
and then the coroner would take them, and then the mortician,
and then there's the the dissecting and the embalming.
That's all I meant by that. I didn't mean anything insensitive.
The autopsies.
Guys, welcome back to Jacob V Weekly. We want to start like we do every week and invite you to check out Caddyshack of Hamel, Illinois. CATTYSHACKIL.org. Save a life or nine. Baby brother is back.
Baby brother is back.
And we have so much to talk about. And we've been doing the show with a little noticeable more consistency lately because there's just so much to talk about. Trying to stay in a rhythm of I like to shoot on Fridays.
Did I see that you had Caroline on here recently?
Caroline was just on last Friday.
B. James?
No, it was actually last Saturday.
Love that.
And she was in town watching her parents' pets and home while they were in Paris, France.
Wonderful.
And they were on some kind of sexy old people cruise.
Oh, man. Last time I thought I was going to Paris for a sexy old people cruise, I was actually Paris, Texas. Way different. You know that's landlocked?
It's landlocked in Paris, Texas. They love seafood down there, though. Creeps
just so you know, the cruise wasn't a boat. And it wasn't a boat infested with a Hantavirus. It was just a backyard that was dressed up like a boat. There was a bunch of wood.
That's
and
one
stuff.
of our first things I want to talk about. We could go out of order here since you brought it up. Let's start here.
Got a cat sneezing at me.
If Hantavirus is not normally transmitted from person to person,
it's animals.
How is it possible, do you think, that multiple people on the ship have the virus?
Yeah, a Hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship was not on my top 50 or even 100 things that I would worry about for a cruise ship. I and other experts really think there are three possibilities here. The first is that a bunch of folks were exposed when they were traveling off the ship. Maybe they went to a cave or to a house that had rodent droppings that got aerosolized and they all got infected there. The second possibility, which would worry me if I were a cruise ship owner, is that there were mice or other rodents on the cruise ship
Probably.
who were running around and exposed a bunch of folks.
Probably.
The third possibility, and the one that most worries folks like me, public health experts, emergency physicians, is the possibility that there could be person-to-person transmission. And Jake, here's the important part. There has been a report of one strain of hantavirus in Argentina, known as the Andes strain, which is known to cause limited person-to-person transmission. Many of us are worried that.
So we've got updates on this since I pulled that video when this first kind of developed.
First
Now
thing,
we have an update for you on the Hantavirus outbreak on a cruise ship off of Cape Verde.
Before this gets
3
overlapped.
passengers have died. Several others right now are ill.
40%
The World
mortality
Health
rate, by the
Organization
way.
now believes there is a rare human-to-human transmission taking place. Humans can get hantavirus from rat droppings. The ship is currently marooned
just
off of
sneeze
the
on my leg
coast
one
of
more
West
time.
Africa, and people are not allowed to get off. Now we have an update for you on the
I'm gonna get hantavirus from this cat.
outbreak
No,
on a
it's
cruise
your
ship
cats, I
off
think
of
he smells
Cape
probably.
Verde. 3 passengers
All right.
have died. Several others right now are ill. The world.
I've seen media today coming out. People are saying that
Andy's frozen custard is sleeping on it too much. If they're not about to come out with Andy's strain as a flavor.
Andy strain jackhammer concrete.
Yeah, yeah.
The Andy strain would have like
How about the jackhammer? Yeah,
the jackhammer is where they inject
inject the fudge in the middle
or whatever filling you want. It could be a raspberry core.
Hot damn. Oh, hot raspberry jackhammer.
What do
is
they
my
have
stage name?
in the Andes Mountains? What would they eat there that would be an ice cream flavor here?
Actually, people in colder climates have ice cream often. Just like people in hotter countries like Turkey have coffee all the time because it regulates your internal body temperature to make you more used to the outside body temperature.
Right. In Mexico, they like spicy food because it makes them sweat and helps them cool off.
Yeah, yeah. And like I said, people in like the Middle East and like Turkey and stuff drink hot coffee.
Hot coffee.
Hot coffee over here.
Coffee in the big
Hot
time.
coffee. That's how they talk in
Cup of
Turkey.
coffee in
That's
the
how they
big
talk
time.
in Central Turkey. They talk just like that, like they're at a ball game. Hot dogs. Anyway, and then people in like Switzerland or like places that have like more snowy climate on a regular basis, they eat ice cream like a motherfucker. Because it cools down their body on the inside, makes the cool on the outside not seem so cool.
Back that a little off from your mouth.
Sorry. Cool. All right.
You're a demon.
I know.
You're a demon.
So I got into it and I started leaning in more and more. I just noticed the pops. And the
Yeah.
pops got a little bit more
Yeah. Hey,
persistent.
back up. It's not for that.
Pops. All right, cool. Yeah.
Jesus. Hantavirus. So people are saying now that it's not quite the threat that like something like a COVID would be in terms of shutdown. Human to human transmission is still not as. It's not like it's automatically easy to transmit from human to human.
Until you put it in a soup.
Fuck. You think somebody shat in the soup?
And I don't know. Maybe it's a cruise ship, so yeah. It's usually animal to animal, which means that people on the cruise ship were probably fucking like dogs.
I'm gonna have to bleep that. It's the first.
Why?
It's the first 10 minutes. YouTube will get mad.
Because you haven't brought up one of your bands yet?
No, because it's just in the first 10 or 15 minutes. Usually, you have to watch your mouth, and then YouTube gives up.
Fucking like dogs. Anyway.
Any hoozle.
So the thing with the hantavirus thing is like, did you hear that like between 9 and 20 U.S. citizens have already been returned home, and
Yeah, I've been hearing about that. They've been quarantined.
Identities have not been disclosed. Quarantine has been advised, but some people just don't care. Which wouldn't that just be the piece of shit people that enjoy going on cruises on a regular basis to not fucking
Yeah,
care
those
about
people are not
quarantining?
missing bowling league the following week after their
They gotta
hantavirus
talk about their
cruise.
experience.
They're going to bowling. They're not missing.
Also-
Guys, if your mom was on that cruise with her third husband and they got to go home, They're going to bowling tonight.
Yeah.
They're
Also,
not missing bowling just because they were on a Hantavirus cruise.
Cruise ship chlamydia is like leaving mayonnaise outside. You better act fast. You know? You can't just stay home in quarantine. You got chlamydia to spread at the bowling alley.
Ew.
Yeah.
That's how these people think.
You eat chicken tenders, you go bowl a lane, you do a couple frames, and then you go to the bathroom and you fuck like dogs. That's the last time I'm going to do it. I just want to do it one more time. Sorry.
I could auto-censor it in the clips, but in the full episode, I have to manually censor it if I want to censor it.
If I look back at your TikTok page in the next week and I don't see one generated clip of me saying fuck like dogs, I'm going to be upset about it.
Yeah, it'll happen. It'll happen. Your big, beautiful face, center camera like that.
How's this lighting working on my dome? Is it good?
It's actually really nice.
I shaved my head when I got home.
Because people think it's going to be too shiny on their skin, but it really helps the camera figure everything out.
I almost they were too busy. But there's this guy that he alternates quick trips, but I see him at the Kirkwood one a lot. That has the shiniest dome, and he works there. He works behind the counter, right? But it's so shiny, and it could be shiny when I see him at 6:30 in the morning. It could be shiny if I'm stopping for gas at 4 p.m. It doesn't matter.
I think it's probably perpetually shiny. I don't think he's shining it.
Well, he's got the lining where you could tell it's not just full baldness. It's like he shaves his head every day, I think. Like I get, like, because you see where my hair actually is.
Yeah, he might use Nair.
Something, because man, that shit sparkles.
They at some stores you could see it's usually like a big black guy on the cover, but they have hair removal cream like Nair or whatever, but that's marketed towards men that wear a bald head.
And I understand that, and I'm interested in the idea of it, but also I'm terrified of that shit running down and then me just having like weird patches in my face.
I don't think it runs down. Hair. It's kind of gloopy.
Gloopy?
It's gloopy. It'll stay where you put it, and you can put a shower cap on.
Is it like that stuff that people used back in the day to like like chemically straighten their hair?
No, different.
Like in the Malcolm X movie?
No. That's a relaxer. I don't know what those are made out of.
I just remember I watched the Denzel movie, X or Malcolm.
Mm-hmm. It's also in the Temptations movie before they're famous. When they're kids still, they're getting relaxers.
Yeah, 100%.
Listen, I mean, you can hear what you're doing. You know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nice microphone.
I like it.
Yeah, you just don't make contact with it.
I like it. It says musician's gear.
No, it doesn't. That's the box.
The microphone's plugged into the box.
The microphone's plugged into the snake. Yeah, that's just a snake. So I could plug any microphone I want into that thing.
This is a microphone.
So just the arm. Yeah, those
just
are microphones.
This?
Yeah.
This is the microphone?
Yeah.
This has nothing to do with that?
No, I mean, it's plugged into that just to get it over here, but the microphone itself is just the skinny part that's reaching towards you.
Would you ever plug 8 of these into this and then just have people sit in a table around it like this?
Yeah, that's kind of the concept here. Because I could point those 3 in different directions.
So they're directional mics.
Yeah, they're pretty directional.
Oh, crazy.
Yeah.
Word.
And so I have those other ones on right now just to kind of, in case I...
This one?
Yeah.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, in case...
What's up?
Oh! But more so just in case, and I did that when Kristen and Kate were here because then they didn't have to be up on a microphone the whole time.
That's nice.
I could kind of just, isolate their vocals.
But also, in my history of being here, that I like to donkey lip the mic.
Yeah. And
I like to use it to comb back my mustache.
Yeah, but I could just give you a mic to do that with that's not plugged in.
You want to give me a dummy mic? Like back when we used to play video games together and you just hand me an unplugged controller?
The controller was plugged in. I was just in single player mode.
Yeah, it's fucked up. That's called a lie.
Yeah.
And we don't do that to each other because we're family.
Do you feel like you would still be good at GoldenEye if we booted it up?
Yes.
This happened at Lucius's birthday one year. We went to Uptown and we rented one of the...
you don't got to rent. Usually there's just an open table with a projector and like an old game.
That's what we did.
Yeah. You got to wait your turn though.
Mm-hmm, and you have to have a tab going.
What was that?
My camera turned off.
Oh.
I knew that was going to happen.
Folks, technical difficulties.
Oh, I bet it's good.
This king of preparedness and organization let his camera turn off.
Well, I think if I leave it plugged in, it gets too hot. So, like, it has a battery, and I can run it on battery.
Word.
I just like to have things plugged in. I don't like to rely on the battery.
Got you. What else you got on that list over there, Big Cheese?
Yeah, don't worry about me. We'll keep going, and then I'm going to pick my camera up here in just a second.
Okay.
First things first, I'm the realist. No. A release today alongside all of the UFO stuff I want to get to is a suicide note that they are saying is Jeffrey Epstein's.
And that has to do with aliens?
No, but it was also released today when there was a big alien drop that we are indeed going to talk about.
But Jeffrey Epstein's not dead. He's just living over in like Spain or something.
Well, that's part of the thing here. That's part of the bullshit that people are worried about. I want to talk.
Was it written on a bar napkin to a place in Madrid?
It didn't. It wasn't really legible on its own. I had to look up a transcription of it that they are pretty confident is what it says. They investigated me for months, found nothing. It is a treat to be able to choose one's time to say goodbye. What you want me to do? Bust out crying? No fun. Not worth it.
If only he had said those same words about little girls.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Word. Yeah, have you seen mugshots recently of the person that's supposed to be Ghislaine Maxwell in prison?
No.
Looks nothing like the bitch. Looks nothing like her.
I guess we could call her that because she's an evil person.
The nose is different.
But on tip, yeah.
The eyes are a different length apart from each other.
The GoPro was saying it was indeed too hot.
Oh, word, was the GoPro hot?
Yeah.
Well, you know what else is hot? My opinion on the recent, not even recent, but like the most recent pictures of Ghislaine Maxwell in prison, because she's not.
Let's look that up.
She's up in Ontario, Canada, fucking around.
What?
I saw a video of a guy on the street, and he ran up to a woman, and he called her Ghislaine. She looks like Ghislaine Maxwell, and she looked at him right away. Like she got caught, and she said, "That's not my name. My name's Stephanie."
What should I look up? What did you see?
Most recent mugshot, I guess. But dedicate what that woman looks like right now in those pictures to your memory.
Well, you can do side by side.
Do side by side. Do it. You have Windows 10. Nope, that ain't it. No, this is a woman with glasses in prison.
The one that sat for that deposition.
Go up. Right, the one above that one that your cursor's on. That one.
Yeah, this picture. Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so...
Right.
I mean...
Can you put that into an AI thing right now and be like, hey, is this the same lady? Because it's not. Not the same lady. Look at the nose. The nose is a dead giveaway. I'm gonna figure out how technology works.
So we're looking at this side by side. The nose is strange. Is the nose not strange?
It looks like she's wearing Mr. Potato Head glasses.
It looks like she's wearing Groucho Marx glasses.
That's why I meant.
That's why Mr. Potato Head wears those. I think you're not crazy.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm saying, though. That ain't the same lady. I think she got released, and they put someone in there to be her, and it's not actually her. And honestly, you know what? They did a better job at recasting Don Cheadle in the Avengers.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, because he looks nothing like Terrence Howard, but guess what?
But maybe that's a good thing.
Well, yeah, a lot of people don't like Terrence Howard.
Right. And I have no problem with Terrence Howard personally.
I hear he's difficult to work with.
But, I mean, he's not a normal dude.
I also don't think that he can hustle or flow.
I have my doubts about that.
He also is not a very convincing police detective in Four Brothers.
No.
When's the last time you watched Four Brothers? Remember that used to be on TNT all the time?
Yeah, I liked Four Brothers. Mm-hmm. Did Andre 3000 get killed on that one?
No,
they didn't kill him.
It was the white kid from
the youngest one
from Tron Legacy. From Tron Legacy.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
God, you know what I still get fucked up about is when they killed Noah in The Fugitive 2, which was called U.S. Marshals.
Yes.
The
Fugitive 2, still fugitive.
Yeah, The Fugitive 2, back in the saddle.
Criminal Boogaloo.
Yeah. Yeah.
My thing is that they need to put Tommy Lee Jones in chicken suits more often.
That's the thing. The opening sequence of the U.S. Marshals, a.k.a. The Fugitive 2.
Criminal Boogaloo.
Criminal Boogaloo. opens with they're doing a stakeout before they try to apprehend a fugitive, and one of their covers is as a street food vendor selling chicken. Mm-hmm. So, and that's one of my favorite movies, actually. And Robert Downey Jr. is the guy from the FBI that turns out to be the bad guy later.
Mm-hmm. He turns out to be crooked. Mm-hmm. Remember? We're going to talk about how Glocks can fire when you put sand down the barrel. Anyway.
I think about that every time I'm traveling with my Glock.
Ooh,
I think you can pour sand in and it'll shoot.
Speaking of Wesley Snipes movies from back in the Disney.
Yeah.
Rewatched Demolition Man this week. Man.
We talked about that with Kristen because Taco Bell was the only restaurant to survive the fast food wars.
But salt is illegal, along with other things. But Demolition Man is still a very fun ride.
Can I say, I would really love to see this just laid on the left with those earrings.
Do you think that would help?
I think it would help me just keep it in perspective.
That's two different people.
Yeah.
The jaw's different.
It's not looking great.
The mouth is different. The nose is different. One would say the whole head is different.
Yeah, so I don't know. This Epstein suicide note is not detailed enough to really be interesting, even if it was real.
Also, was he a spy for the Mossad?
I don't know that it matters, because here's the thing. He could have been just a collaborator. You know what I mean? I think the vast amount of money he acquired to do his evil doings came more from Israeli organized crime.
Right.
Before he would have ever been in a position to be valuable to the Mossad. I think he was helping rich Israeli-aligned criminals with money laundering. I think money laundering is the reason why nobody will tell us anything about Epstein, is because the people that know stuff were participating in illegal activities that just weren't maybe the ones that we're all talking about with the abuse and the crimes and the violence. A lot of it is just money laundering. I mean, that's why Howard Lutnick will never tell anybody the truth about anything.
And so then do you think that if he was working for Israeli crime organizations, that he was then acquiring information, precious information about certain individuals with influential power in our country, that could be used in exchange for certain services?
I think that's definitely part of it, but I don't think that was his main thing. I think the main thing was the money laundering. I think he knew which laws to break where at the right time.
Also, the main thing was fucking kids.
No, I'm saying that was not the main thing.
That wasn't the main thing?
That was maybe the worst thing. Mm-hmm. And there was obviously a vast career of abuse that was perpetuated and kind of excused.
You don't think they made the children launder the money and then fucked them about it? Was that gross? Was that unsettling? I'm sorry.
It's so insensitive.
Oh, it's insensitive.
The money laundering is how he...
Was it more or less insensitive than the kid fucking?
How he got to a position where he could grow to be that evil was started with money laundering and financial scams. And
do you think
tax
all the people that we know through American media that were on those lists and have been mentioned in those lists and outed by those lists, do you think that they weren't at all evil people? They were just around when all the money laundering.
Well, this is what I'm saying. No. I'm saying that the money laundering and the
Drew Barrymore, everybody.
What?
I
think a lot of people were doing money laundering and they don't want to necessarily confess to that, but a lot of them were not necessarily participating in any sex crimes. But I also think plenty of them were participating in sex crimes. I'm not saying...
Either way, even if you are or you aren't, you're there when it's happening.
But that's the thing that I think they're trying to not open the can of worms on, is they're trying to make the scandal go away without outing all of the financial crimes, because they're scandalous.
Do you think that Stephen Hawking really enjoyed to watch little people wrestle, or do you think it was mostly about the children?
I think he was just happy to be invited somewhere. Now, also today, the government on war.gov/UFO, which is the real website, released
transition
17 pages of documents, including thousands, I think, PDFs,
17 pages of links,
dozens of videos, and dozens of photos, some of which have never been released. I skimmed through a lot of that material. I think I looked at all of the videos and photos today, and I skimmed through some of the PDFs that appeared interesting. There are basic descriptions on the file names. Now, the one that I want to lead with is this one. Now, this is...
Oh, there's something there. There's something.
Oh, it's going to get crazy.
It's right there. I'm looking at it.
Wait for it. It gets closer.
That just looks like a... Could that be the back of a jet?
Well, no, because this is a...
You think that's a UAP?
Absolutely. What do you think it is?
I don't really know what it is.
The aggravating part is they have to redact all this stuff that's in the heads-up display, basically.
Word, yeah.
It's all there.
We care about the numbers.
Because, well, we don't want the Chinese to know what we measure and how we measure it, basically, is the idea behind that. But this is a compelling, horrifying example of something.
Is it? Couldn't it just be AI generated?
You think this is AI generated? Why? Wouldn't it be so much more...
What's with the smoke or the chemtrail or whatever that is?
well, this is infrared.
Oh, it's infrared?
Yeah, that's why it's this color.
So you think it's hot?
Well, it's hot. That's why it's so dark. And then
It's
that
dark and hot.
Yeah, but I don't. And so let's read the description. This one is just the most horrifying to me.
I mean, I like hearing that there's definitely the different phenomena or instances are all actually not related, and some are different types of beings. Some have already been here for a long time. Some are interdimensional
this?
beings from the future. Some are beings that are us from the future.
Can I read this?
Do you think that the beings that are us from the future also like kid fucking?
Can we get there in a second?
Yeah, no, I'm sorry.
The United States Central Command submitted a report of an unidentified anomalous phenomenon to the All-Domain Anomaly Resolution Office, consisting of 1 minute and 46 seconds of video footage from an infrared sensor aboard a U.S. military platform in 2013. The reporter did not provide any oral or written description of the observation. This video depicts an area of contrast resembling an 8-pointed star with arms of alternating length. The sensor field of view narrows to zoom in on the area of contrast, which is what they call the anomaly at this time. The area of contrast moves within the sensor field of view, followed by a visible trail. That's the white trail you were referring to.
I saw that.
Following an apparent cut, the area of contrast generally remains within the sensor field of view before exiting the frame from the top left corner of the screen. This video description is provided for informational purposes only. Redactions have been made to protect the identity of eyewitnesses, the location of government facilities, or potential sensitive information about military sites, blah, blah, blah. That's the redactions we were talking about. But just to get... I mean... That's a no for me, dog.
But really, what are they doing?
Well, observing, I think.
I mean, who cares?
It kind of reminds me of the biblically accurate angel.
What was the movie where Earth was just a reality show for aliens? Was it Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy?
It must be.
Ooh, maybe that's not it. Because maybe that they were going to destroy Earth and make way for an intergalactic.
What was I looking
highway.
for?
I'm not sure. Something about. Oh well, so biblically accurate angels, sure. And then also there was the movie Nope, the Jordan Peele movie, where the alien entity that was thought of to be a UFO was actually the alien itself, and could, take on different shapes to have multiple wings and a central looking sort of eye, and then it would consume organic matter.
Really?
Not unlike the vessels from War of the Worlds, but also very much different from the vessels from War of the Worlds.
Let's go back to the UFO
Things to consider
homepage.
there. But also, yeah, the idea of the biblically accurate angel thing.
So we get other photos here.
It's just, okay, so if it was one of these, claimed to be biblically accurate angel things, then I think it would have more fluid motion, wave-like motions in the extremities or the tendrils. Know what I'm saying? wouldn't look so stiff, so rigid, so solid, so structured. It would have more movement or malleability.
That's the thing. I mean, it's just so anomalous. I mean,
right. Or
we have more things like that.
Or
that
it
are
was
very
just
small.
or it was the backside of a jet engine on a missile or something that was flying away from the camera, and the camera was just recording that, because it's all about perspective. I'm gonna be real with you. I don't care about this.
Oh, okay.
So I'm just riffing.
Yeah, we'll cut it out. I'll get through it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
This is a file they released. This is an illustration set on the actual scene photography. So they illustrated this part.
Is that Skinwalker Ranch?
Based off eyewitness photo. I don't think it tells me. Actual site photo with FBI lab rendered graphic overlay depicting corroborating eyewitness reports from September 23 of an apparent ellipsoid bronze metallic object materializing out of a bright light in the sky.
Could that have been an interdimensional portal?
That's what I'm saying.
Very well could have been.
That's what I'm saying.
I like the ones, and they're usually more often than not just waved off as AI. But the ones where it's like there's like generated like storm clouds to try to like hide the larger vessels. I think that's pretty cool.
The really spooky thing is there's
I just don't think any of it's
transcripts
real, or
and
if it is.
photos and stuff that haven't been released until now of different moon missions and conversations that astronauts had with, Houston, kind of, I guess, in private, or
Yeah,
just
like Buzz Aldrin.
I don't know if I saw Buzz Aldrin's name in here.
Oh, there was like released quotes that have been unredacted over time, basically being like, during the moon missions, they were like, hey, something else is here and we don't know what it is, like
Right.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, yeah, dude, probably. Didn't they say there was like spiderweb type things seen from
There
aerial
are a few
shots?
things they describe in some of these
Some weird
PDF
shit.
files.
If there's fucking moon spiders, dude, if there's moon spiders, you count me out, bro. Count me out. Also, I'm sorry for my energy. I feel like I came in hot.
No, I love you.
Sorry.
I love talking to you, and I love the sound of your voice.
And also, I'm sorry that I talked too much about kid fucking. That was weird.
No. I mean,
The
it's upsetting.
Epstein-
Can we talk about this?
We can.
Can will you let me fucking talk, though, for a second?
The Epstein thing triggered me a little bit.
You bitch.
I'm going to be real with it.
But no, because you're upset about that. You're upset that there's rich and powerful people that have more money than anyone would ever need, and they use all of that privilege and freedom to commit horrible crimes that ruins another human being for life.
Atrocities.
It's absolutely horrendous.
If I had all that money, I guarantee you I wouldn't touch a single child. I'd actually pay extra money to stay away from children.
Yeah, I'd probably build walls.
Mm-hmm.
I'd have a bouncer at the door IDing everybody. If her age starts with a 2, she's too young for you. And if she's younger than that, she's certainly too young for you, Jeff.
Yes.
And no, it's upsetting, and I wish we had some kind of a perfect system where we could reveal with beyond a reasonable doubt that this person, for example, is guilty and they need to be immediately executed for crimes of this nature.
Yeah.
But that's not
if I had that much money,
Yeah.
I would only communicate with your niece. My niece, your daughter, like the projections in the Star Wars movies, where I'm just kind of like a blue hologram.
And I think that's fine.
No, that's only because sometimes she smells like ketchup, and it's not her fault.
Yeah, you just don't like ketchup.
She
You
gets
have an
put in
aversion.
ketchup scenarios, and if there's ketchup on her jacket, I don't want to touch her.
Yeah.
It is what it is.
But also, that totally makes sense. If you could appear as like a Star Wars hologram to commune with somebody while you're out in the world and they're at home.
100%. I would do that every day. Instead of FaceTime, I would just pop up on your dashboard. Like, what's up, bro?
That'd be
going
fun
on?
if it would just pick up, like without me knowing it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. And you're like balls deep in a beefy 5-layer burrito.
You know what I had today that was lovely that I refrained from telling you about on the phone? I just needed Diet Coke because I didn't have any cans of Diet Coke with me. Thank you so much. And I wanted to go to Sonic because it's right by work.
Sonic?
It's right by work.
They still use styrofoam cups at Sonic.
That's kind of why I wanted it because I wanted the ice to last.
Interesting. Oh, they do have the Pebble Ice.
Well, and I got 2 of these of just Diet Coke because I hadn't had any Diet Coke all day.
Ooh. Did you have withdrawals?
I didn't feel great.
Ugh.
And the
Need the aspartame to sustain your usual thing.
yeah, absolutely, it's definitely a part of my thing. And so, but Sonic offered me a coupon if I spent $5, which I was going to do to get 2 Diet Cokes this size. I got a free burger. And I had 4 options for burgers.
Wait, hold on. Repeat yourself.
Sonic in the app offered me a coupon that if I spent $5, which I was already going to
So
do,
you got $5 worth of sodas and you got a free burger.
a free burger.
That's interesting.
And then I picked the Sonic Double Smasher, which has like a Frisco sauce on it that they call the Smasher sauce.
love a Frisco
I
sauce.
got it with no pickles or onions because Sonic's pickles and onions are too crunchy. The onions are really crunchy. It's distracting. But this burger,
Because they're so crisp and fresh.
yeah, and they're big pieces.
They're white.
Yeah, that's not
onions.
great. Yeah.
I love a crunchy white onion.
No, well, you could leave them on then.
Okay.
But this burger was so good, and it was free.
Was it better because it was free?
I thought it was really
You
good.
paid like $6.
I really liked it. I don't think it would ever be $6.
These days?
Because I only had to spend $5 to get it. So I spent $5. They're going to give me a $6 burger. Do you remember when Hardee's?
No, it doesn't cost them $6.
Remember when
to make
Hardee's
the
had the
burger.
$6 burger? It was like their flagship, like fast food burger.
I remember we used to be able to show our student ID and get a discount on Hardee's burgers, and that's why everyone in Kirkwood went to that Hardee's.
I always got the big chicken fillet.
That Hardee's isn't there anymore.
No,
It's gone.
yeah, that whole stretch is kind of a bummer.
It was a weird. A lot of restaurants closed down on that stretch.
Yeah. Well, nobody wants to go out to eat on where you got to pull in and out on Manchester.
There's a taco Buddha there now.
That's probably good for lunch.
It's probably good.
Yeah,
for
I
the
don't
people
know.
that live immediately right there.
They probably need to rezone some of that
You know,
over there.
it's kind of like that stretch of Gravois between your house and my house, where it's just kind of like, who the fuck cares?
we
what's
need
here?
something there.
Well, no, but there's good stuff.
That graveyard is a bummer. That could be a Dairy Queen or something.
Sushi Hana is fantastic, and it's got no parking.
Oh, that's way over there. Yeah.
It's got no parking.
But that's a similar situation. A busy street like
But
that.
what used to be that bar and grill or whatever that was right there, that then got turned into a weird smash burger joint for 2 seconds, and now it's a quesadilla joint.
It's Quesadilla Emporium or
that
something.
one. Have you been there?
No.
Yeah, see, no interest.
But it was Weber's.
Weber's, that's what it was.
And then Weber's in Webster is now like a banh mi joint or something.
Yes, there's a lot of Asian stuff going on right
Which
there.
is fine.
There's a Vietnamese
The
joint
guy from
and
St.
another
Louis
one.
or Feast magazine or whatever was just complaining on TikTok about that the other day. He was on Del Mar and he was saying there's 10 new restaurants here and they're all Asian.
It's true though, but also like there's some really cool shit.
But also the younger generation right now that has money has an affinity for Asian foods or flavors that really were not as common when our parents were kids.
I love good Asian cuisine.
I mean, because
We
it's
went
not
to the
just
one-
Chinese food, it's not just sushi, it's also a variety of all the different noodle dishes and things you see on TV.
We went to
and-
Noodle Story on
Yeah.
Del Mar, which was fantastic. But it was like you order everything from a QR code and they bring it to you, and it kind of comes out of order and a little bit weird. But like if you're just there for the stuff and don't care about anything else, it was fantastic.
Yeah, that's common too.
But also, what Mom's Deli used to be is now a little like Korean barbecue joint / build your own ramen.
it's
bowl
like a
thing.
build your own ramen. Like they have packaged ramen and they have like a buff, like a salad bar of things you would put in ramen and you like cook it yourself there or something. It's so weird.
We got some stuff from there recently, and I realized it's more of a you got to go there and get it thing because you can build your own deal. It's not like, hey, call this order in, go pick it up, bring it home.
No, right.
Right. Unfortunately, apparently their other location was a little bit more of that. Like you could like call in and they'll make it and be ready in 20 minutes. And you go pick it up. But now that place is more of like an addition to the company, and it's very much focused on like you got to show up, you got to do this, and then we'll bring you out. There is good stuff. I had like this crazy fried chicken stuff they had there, which was fantastic. But I don't know. I kind of miss Mom's Deli being there.
Well, Mom's Deli's closer to here now.
Yeah, but I've heard just through the wire that it's like,
Well, LeGrand's is better.
I love LeGrand's.
The sandwiches at LeGrand's is better. Do you know what I had with Alfred Ludwig the other day?
How is Alfred?
He's doing great. He's very handsome. And
always handsome, always professional.
LeGrand's will make frozen pizzas that are flavored after their sandwiches.
Love that. Joya's sells frozen pizzas in like Schnucks and stuff.
So we did the LeGrand's special
Love it.
sandwich, but as a frozen pizza.
Cool.
And it's like my favorite frozen pizza I've ever had.
That's great. I love that for them. I exclusively go to them during the summertime for like brats. Love their brats.
I'll go get a steak there if I don't want to go into Schnucks, because it's not like Schnucks has good meat.
Yeah. What's the deal there? The butcher
Yeah.
counter? Nah.
Right.
Yeah. Last time I bought steak or something from Schnucks, I was just kind of like, this is it?
Yeah. If I'm just going to make one, if I'm going to make more than one, I'll go to all gonna say.
I thought about exactly. I just buy a big old thing
Or
and
Costco in
cut
your
my
case.
own thickness.
Yeah, that was a huge clip for us.
What?
You were talking about.
Oh shit! Yeah, we did talk about.
You
that.
guys were carving your own steaks out of a whole roast, I guess.
Well, you think about it, you're saving like $20 or $30, maybe more, when you buy just the hunk of meat, and then you cut it up yourself. But also, our knives are not sharp enough. We got to get our knives sharpened. We know
Cameron
somebody.
does that.
I was about to say, I thought so. I knew
Cameron's
somebody.
been on this show before. We can name drop him.
Yes.
I made him second Mike.
Brewmaster Lund.
Yeah, Brewmaster Run.
Ooh, you wanna just hold on that one.
What? After all the f-bombs out of you?
Yeah, but that was like an Asian accent.
Oh, well, that's just what we all used to call him, because Mr. Rond. We're 40 minutes in. I can do that now.
Okay.
Okay, so you don't care about
Also,
UFOs.
hold on. I'm sorry. Hold on. Are you Miss Rachel? Are we catering to youths now? Why can't I use explicit language?
No, you absolutely can.
Okay. You've given me shit twice now about
It's not the words
profanities.
Have you seen this, Damon?
Waiting for it. That's LeBron James is a demon.
LeBron, who is this man?
Behind him.
Because this man, I'm with everybody else. He looked like he talking about some, remember our deal, LeBron. LeBron, remember our deal.
Getting that.
He said, you playing so long, trying to prolong it. He
Given
said,
like
ready to collect.
yeah,
And
given
he waiting
like
on you to retire.
Crypt
He said,
Keeper wants to be a pimp.
Nothing on
vibes.
planet Earth is going to stop this man from getting whatever it is that he wants.
His name is
He's
James
staring
Goldstein.
at you like he know you.
That man's
So
name
I
is
would everybody
James
else got my-
Goldstein.
Yeah. He's a real guy.
Who is James Goldstein?
He's a millionaire guy who goes to a lot of NBA games.
Okay.
And he's kind of a fashion statement person.
Wait, is that man just a heavily tanned Caucasian male?
Yeah.
I thought that was an African American dude.
Well, that specific picture from that TikTok, he looks like a demon. Like, let's go back. Where did I go? James Goldstein. If we look at this here from the
sorry.
TikTok,
yeah, that looks like
that's not a flattering
That looks
picture.
like an old black man. That does not look like a white man in a crocodile. Yes, that does not look like a white man in a Crocodile Dundee hat.
No, he looks more like Spawn.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Maybe there's a little bit of,
So I don't
facial
know,
scarring.
I don't
or
know if
burns.
his like SEO is like all old stuff, but let's find. Is LeBron still even?
Seriously, the guy kind of looks like he's like a weird pimp that is way too full of himself. But then the name threw me off. It's like, hey, girl, where's your handler at? And she's like, oh, there's my daddy over there. His name's Sidney Applebaum.
Yeah.
James Goldstein.
So he's not looking as good. You see, he kind of
looks like Gene Simmons a little bit too, in a sense.
Well, his hair is like that. It's kind of that fried, straightened look. But
That is a look.
So he's a weird dude.
How did he acquire his millions? Is he a tanning lotion mogul?
Yeah, I think it's tanning lotion.
Ooh.
See, so he's not got great skin. Some of these pictures are
Who
better.
dresses him?
He does. That's his thing.
Oh.
That's really what he's known for. Is being
That is-
rich,
that
going to a lot of.
is-
He spends about $500,000 a year on courtside seats.
You know when you're on a boardwalk and you see all the shops that sell the weird stuff, the boutiques? Is he the one who goes into those boutiques? Ooh. He buys the weird coats and the weird jackets and the
Yeah,
weird
that stuff
pants.
is for guys like him.
Wow.
Look at that bomber, bro.
Man, I bet he liked the Ed Hardy stuff going on for a second.
Yeah, he's
I bet he
wearing.
had a couple.
These say juicy on him. These pants he's wearing.
Do you think he ever was like, I want something like what's in that window at Buckle Jeans, but I'm not going to go into Buckle Jeans?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. You see, Jimmy Goldstein.
Also, listen, men with heeled boots.
this thing. He's kind of a
you
little
don't see
guy
it these
anyway,
days.
and he's hunched over a lot.
I saw a good one. I got a drink with your mother, our sweet, wonderful mother. And there was a man there that looked like 2005 Kenny Chesney, but he was like 55 years old. Like he was going for the look. Buckle jeans, leather boots, high heel leather boots. Didn't want you to know he was up there on his toes. Big belt buckle, very clean white hat to match his very clean white polo. Puka
Puka.
Puka.
I was fine until you got to Puka.
No, this guy wants to be on the beach with his toes in the sand.
But he's wearing boots.
You take off the boots.
Those guys always wear boots, and then they always fantasize about taking them off.
What you do
you don't
is-
have to wear boots every day
What
anymore.
you do is when you grow out your toenails, but you wear those tight pointed boots, it finagles your toenails into the perfect shape to pop the top off of a Corona Extra. So you pop off the boots at the beach, you pop the top off the Corona, you sit there, you put your toes in the sand, you forget where you am. What? It's a thing. It's a thing. It's unwind relaxing.
Because here's the thing, me and my wife, the idea of literal sand in our toes sounds awful.
Do you not remember the time that we went to Florida or whatever with our parents when they were back together for the moment, and then we just had sand in our hair, like stuck to our scalp for like 4 or 5 days?
Yeah.
Like, didn't matter where we were, you could just do this. It
Yeah,
was
there's
like
sand. Yeah, and then in our luggage for weeks after.
I felt like a goddamn sand.
There was
piss
sand in
dispenser.
the laundry room for weeks.
One time I sneezed, I think, and it was like 2 weeks later, and I think sand came out of my nose. That was also the time that I damn near got my knees caved in by a wave. I was standing in just the wrong spot in the water.
So you don't want to talk about any of this UFO stuff?
Well, what do you want to talk about?
Here, I got another clip. I got
Okay, bring it up.
Another part of this.
Here's my problem is like...
said, Perry-
okay, hold on, pause.
What they're about to release, from what we're hearing, there's going to be a release concerning aliens and concerning unidentified flying object spacecraft, that some of the people who were in the meeting were telling us as pastors, you need to prepare your people and you need to get ready to answer them for what you're about to hear being released. And some of it has to do with crafts that have been discovered that are not allegedly a part of our planet, and the materials they're made of are not a part of our planet. Very strange reptilian-looking creatures. And other things that almost sound like something out of a sci-fi movie or an Orson Welles book. He said, Perry...
Doing anything for you?
Well, so here's my thing. No, but just because immediately the headline of that and the person talking lost me. It was just like, I don't care what they need to tell their flocks.
But there's a dozen of these guys that came out this week and saying the government approached them.
And told them,
Different pastor guys.
listen, you got to get people praying about the reptilians.
Well, that is the thing that's really alarming to people that already kind of are familiar with the UFO conversation, is that if, we're having communications or relationships or contact with any of the alleged alien species that we've ever talked about ever, the reptilians are not the ones we want to be talking to.
Why?
They're like the nasty ones,
They're
I
the
thought.
bad ones? That sounds like intergalactic racism.
Do you think that's what it is?
We can only talk to the humanoids?
Did you ever watch Childhood's End?
No.
It was an Australian TV show based on a novel where aliens come to Earth and they solve all of the problems. But then people realize that people are not progressing anymore. They're not inventing things, or they're not like whatever.
Right.
And then they finally meet the aliens in person, and they look like the devil, like from the Bible.
Oh, right. The red-skinned,
Yeah.
horned, winged.
Yeah.
I think I saw a clip of that.
On TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah. And
You know what? If aliens came down and they looked like we think the devil or demons look,
There's truly anomalous signatures in the skies.
I'd be cool with
The US
it.
government understands it represents a form of sentient, non-human intelligence. I know that sounds very Star Trek, a la, Gene Roddenberry and Rod's dad's sci-fi series, but it is true. And I want, the American public to be comforted that the universe is teeming with life, it seems, and readily, able to be explored. And the U.S. government does have a lot of information that I think will inspire Gen Alpha and Gen Z and the American populace at large. And it will be a new era. It'll be a little uncomfortable. There'll be some truths that are be a hard pill to swallow, but I think it's ultimately a good thing to get this out there. And I think the people of the world and the American public will be very happy to understand their place in the universe, so to speak.
Did you ever hear about those military reports that were when they were originally testing out different forms of night vision goggles and optics, where it's back in like the 40s or 50s, I think, and they tried different lenses basically, and they found one that was very effective for night vision before the progressions that we know today. That in the testings, they ended up reporting seeing demons in the skies. Basically, that like they could, shroud themselves or whatever to not be seen by the naked eye. But one of these kind of exposed them, and they were winged creatures flying about, and then they panicked and fled when they were noticing that they were being looked at, basically, right? And so that seemed like a thing. And it's like, aliens been around for a long time, whatever. Maybe that is very much a realistic thing that could have happened. Or also, then what was the whole deal, though? The religious thing is strange. Like, hey, these people need to get their followers.
This is so interesting.
Ready? Like, that just sounds kind
Before
of crazy.
white and green night vision goggles, there were military-grade red night vision goggles using a chemical known as dicyanin.
That one.
Dicyanin.
Great on a salad.
Dicyanin. Used first during Vietnam and no other war after. Soldiers were going mad because they were seeing things, seeing unto the unseen realm. A report goes, a gunner saw what he described as flying demonic spirits chasing them in their Jeep, and he was shooting at them, but his buddy saw nothing, and he was shooting at nothing. Even helicopter pilots using them were seeing UAPs flying around them as well. This was covered up and is very difficult to find on the internet. The military banned production of the dicyanin night vision goggles, and they were also illegal to have. Has anyone heard about this?
Yeah, that. I mean, that's just a Reddit. But go down and see what maybe they said. I don't know. But yeah. Or also, like, I don't know. This seems like kind of like, this seems weirdly like aliens mixed in like the tune of like Midnight Mass. Do you ever read or see Midnight Mass? I watched the short limited series of it.
Yeah, that's what I liked.
Right. But it was like someone just trying to bring a new idea onto it, but then there might be nefarious kind of themes. And yeah, they end up, making everyone into vampires unknowingly with the communion. But it was just like a whole, spoiler alert, it's been out for a long time. See it. But either way.
It's good though.
But still, the idea of it being is like, oh, then you all need to get the people ready for this. And it's like, do we need all these religious organizations to get people prepared to worship some sort of alien overlord deal? What is happening?
I think they're worried about the destabilization. I think that they feel like people are going to go crazy and quit their jobs and start doing crazy things if certain aspects of the alien thing come out.
Sir.
But you were asking about P-52s and P-47s, which is what Amy Eskridge said were us from the future.
Right.
They're time-traveling humans from a distant future,
Right.
which is alarming that they would spend so much time back here.
Representative Eric Burley.
Well, I think
Stephen Greer says...
I think the idea was us from the future coming back to see what majorly went wrong, right?
Yeah.
And all they can really do is observe and collect data. They can't really do anything else.
Is something that I'm kind of aware of, and yes, it is. It was something that he was given in a classified briefing. I haven't heard it from Eric Burleson, but I am aware of briefings that have been given to a number of members, including, I think, the House Majority Leader, Scalise, where essentially they've been told that, yes, the intelligence community has verified psionic summoning, inviting, that this talk of psychical abilities in the human mind to invite the phenomenon are true, are real. In fact, this is what I was referring to in my previous commentary with Admiral Tim Gallaudet. There are the most extraordinary admissions coming out of Congress right now, where you have people like Eric Burleson, Representative Tim Burchett. They're admitting they are being given briefings, classified briefings in skiffs by members, representatives of the intelligence and defence community about classified issues relating to UAPs. So I think that's really significant, and I think it's also incredibly significant that this has gone largely unreported in the broader community of the legacy news media. We have this ridiculous situation at the moment in America where, frankly, podcasts like ours, shows like News Nation are picking up where the legacy media is failing to go. I think the event...
So now in order to meet the aliens, I have to invite them into my heart?
No. That's just part of the thing. Is part of the thing that these people talk about is that...
is Jesus an alien? Well, are you segueing? I feel like I messed you up.
Okay, take us back to Anunnaki.
Okay.
What are they?
Well,
these giants?
Yeah. Okay, the Anunnaki, they are these beings of a planet.
Yeah. Billy, I think you might be putting on what you would do in that situation. Is that possible?
No,
That's what the Middle East best
I'm
food.
telling you, these people ate the food because I take tours to Egypt all the time. Last year I took 140 people.
Oh, wow.
Pride with us.
Jeez. That's a lot.
And he takes us to the temples.
You're getting hungry here, barbecue. They take you to all the different spots.
So we take you to the temples and we show you where they would hide the food.
Okay. Is Jesus part alien?
I believe so.
And was he part alien and trying to do good?
Yes, I believe so.
So he was breaking away. He was using his power, and he's like, "Yo, what these aliens are doing to us is fucked up.
Right.
We need to break free from that, and I'm going to liberate the people."
Yeah. So you have to understand. You're right on point.
It's such a hilarious thing.
What?
Because both these guys are so dumb.
Yeah. No, I hate watching clips from that podcast.
That's a terrible show. It's not fun. None
not
of
good.
it's good.
But also...
But according to those guys that we both agree we don't like.
So then do you think that Jesus was a Nephilim, but not in the way of a human angel hybrid, but really a human alien
it's
hybrid?
very possible that anything related to this phenomenon over the last 80 years that would have happened before the secularization of humanity like we live in now, it's possible all of these things would have been explained as angels and demons.
Do you think that our grandmother knows that she's married to an alien?
I think he's definitely an illegal alien. I think he carries no papers.
Nice, good.
No papers at all. So
transition.
if he's visiting her,
I don't even think
Christy Nome will
I don't
wanna
think
know.
they had papers back then. I think they wrote it on cloth and cowhide.
Cowhide? I don't think it would have been cowhide.
Stretch and dry out the hide of a bovine type creature. It leaves plenty of space for writing and
But it doesn't have to be
recording.
a sacred cow.
No one said it was sacred.
But wouldn't it have been regionally in those days?
I don't know, man. The Necronomicon was on human flesh.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Yeah. I really want a Necronomicon.
I don't
tattoo.
want to read this summary of Palantir's manifesto.
I don't know what a Palantir is.
Palantir's that company. It's basically a continuation of the old Promise software that Ghislaine Maxwell's father used to sell governments, which basically cultivates metadata to allow you to spy on people. It's not good. People have covered it. We don't have to cover everything.
Then let's not. Then let's just move past it.
We're not the ones. But this is good.
Local lawmakers looking to hold the United States Postal Service accountable for bad service. Missouri and Illinois lawmakers calling for USPS to report delivery issues directly to Congress.
Oh, I will.
On Monday,
We get our neighbor's
Leslie
mail
Bell
constantly.
introduced the St. Louis Up to Par Act with his stamp of approval.
They don't even care anymore. I think they take 3 houses worth of mail and they just drop it on a porch and let us do it.
Breakdowns in how delayed mail gets tracked and reported.
It is very important that we continue to strive and get results from the government, all the way from the top down to the bottom.
Local lawmakers looking to hold the United States Postal Service accountable for...
This comes after several instances of mail found being dumped in large quantities up north.
Which is like, they're like, oh, I'll tell them it's delivered, but really it's just getting thrown in an alley?
Yeah, or like a ravine.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no. What about important things that could definitely not be communicated by email? Oh, no. What about my credit card statements that I just track through the app? I want those in paper form for my records.
Hundreds of pieces of undelivered mail were discovered dumped in a vacant lot in North St. Louis, affecting residents across the city and surrounding areas.
That's a very specific thing.
A large pile of undelivered mail was found on a vacant lot near Mayfitt Avenue and North Taylor in North St. Louis, with some items dated as far back as January 26.
What?
The mail included bills from utility companies like Ameren Spire and Missouri American Water, tax documents, letters from healthcare providers, insurance cards, and bank correspondence.
Well, okay, so there's only one plan of action when it comes to this. Mm-hmm. Okay, ready? Ready? Look at me. Eye contact. Ready? You start a Facebook group. You call it Mail Pile. That's it. Mail Pile 2026. You give full information about what's going on there. You originally start out with trying to coax people to come in and look for their mail that could potentially be in this mail pile.
Well, it's all still labeled.
Hold on. You then create a meme level cult that just meets up and hangs out and chants to and praises the ever-growing mail pile. This brings in more awareness. It brings in more people. Some people may go through it and look for their mail. Some people may commit the felony of going through other people's mail. But at the end of the day, it all happens in a big circle of strangers, probably hippies playing hacky sack and chanting, mail pile. Mail pile. Mail pile. That's all I want. That's all I want out of it.
MTV News legend Kurt Loder turns
comment?
81.
No nothing?
I'm just so upset because I don't want mail. I don't want to receive mail.
I don't want it either. My wife gets so much mail. I get like no mail. And then when I do get mail, it's like 3 months worth of mail because I don't care to look through it because I get everything that I care about here. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, I'll take it. And I open it and I rip it up and I hand it back to her and she throws it in the trash pile. And that's a whole thing that happened. Who is this? What are you trying to get into?
Kurt Loder, one of the original hosts of MTV News, is now 81.
That guy's 81?
Yeah, he's now 81.
I want to say he looks good, but I feel like he's always been ugly.
Well, he's not an attractive guy necessarily, but 81 is old. Because this is what I remember.
Who died? Someone died this week in their 80s. Was it Ted Turner?
Ted Turner was 87.
87. 440,000 acres he owned. In like Wyoming or Montana or something. 440,000 acres. Who needs 440,000 acres of land?
He owns about 2 million acres of land.
I mean, in just one place. I think one consecutive strip of land that is 440,000 acres.
Doesn't he have the ranch that he wanted to be on both sides of the Mexican-American border?
I thought that was just the one place. Ram Ranch International?
Colorado, Kansas, Montana, Nebraska, New Mexico, and South Dakota. His holdings include large ranches, including a 558,000-acre property in northern New Mexico and southern Colorado. Okay, so maybe that's what I'm thinking of. It goes from Colorado into New Mexico.
Ooh, it does have a bison herd of 1,200, so that's good.
That's beautiful.
It's great.
But he also owns 30,000 acres on an estate in Florida.
I heard he co-founded like CNN and Cartoon Network and a bunch of other stuff.
TNT, TBS, I think.
Enough stuff. Do you think for every network that he helped to co-found that he just kind of like was like, well, I guess I got to buy another 250,000 acres of land?
I think his generation especially has been riding like a huge like real estate climb that, I think that was his main thing.
What if he knows more about the aliens? He's dead now, but what if he knew more about the aliens and he was buying all that land up to keep their secret?
Like what?
I don't know, man. I don't know anything about
the aliens have secrets?
I don't believe any of the videos or any of the bullshit. I think that AI is being used to fucking make everyone just okay with seeing random crazy shit in video form now. I literally watched a 3-part TikTok this morning, probably about 9 minutes long, about the original script of the 9th Star Wars movie.
I watched that same thing.
You watched it?
I watched all 4 parts.
The AI clips that were in it were fantastic.
Make that movie.
Make that. Why did they not make that movie?
That guy who made that clip made that movie. Let's pull that
was
up.
a fantastic run. That was a great script comparatively. Those movies were dog shit. Episode 7 made me cry. Episode 8 made me yell at my girlfriend at the parking lot because she was mad that I was mad at the movie. Which again, I take responsibility for that. I was mean about it because she wouldn't leave me alone about why I was upset, but I was upset because that movie was bad. And then the 9th one was like, I don't even care anymore. If the 9th one was that, if the 9th movie was that script that this fella read on TikTok today, would have been great. We don't have to make
Duel of the Fates.
Duel of the Fates. Great name.
Did you know that Star Wars Episode 9
it's the name
was
of the John Williams
completely
song.
different movie? Before we got the abomination of Rise of Skywalker, director Colin Trevorrow was tapped to direct this movie. And this isn't just rumors. We have the original script. It's over 100 pages long. We have over 30 pieces of original concept art for his film. So welcome to Learning the Lore, Star Wars Episode 9, Duel of the Fates, Part 1. The story starts.
We don't have to watch the whole thing.
I know, but do you know that on average, a single page of a script is about a minute of film?
Yeah.
So that's over an hour and a half of movie in script form.
Perfect length
right
for a movie.
there. Now for a Star Wars movie, it's got to be like 2 hours because they're owned by Disney. And when's the last time you saw a Disney movie that was under 2 hours long? But continue.
That's almost 2 hours.
It's 100 minutes.
And that's not the choreography for the lightsaber duels.
Right. You could really pad that out.
In this version of the movie, the First Order doesn't just control the galaxy, they've cut off all communication. Entire systems and planets are being isolated. The film opens on Kuat, one of the largest shipbuilding and fuel operations in the galaxy. The First Order is trying to build a brand new fleet here. Poe, Finn, and Rose infiltrate it disguised as workers in their
Didn't they have to use AI to recreate Leia for 9 anyway? Because she died before...
They did the de-aging.
Yeah. So it's kind of, I mean,
so what they did was they basically got like her likeness anyway, and then remember they did that with the same thing with Rogue One because they brought back that guy who was dead that was in the original trilogy that was like an Empire general, and they brought him back to the same age that he looked while doing A New Hope, but he was already dead. So they already did that.
Yeah, he's the one I was thinking of.
They did that with Leia.
He'd been dead for years.
They did that with Carrie Fisher. They did that with Mark Hamill in Episode 9, when they did like the younger training sequence.
That's the only thing I didn't like about this was Mark Hamill's modern day voice is not.
No. Also, I somehow didn't know he was in a horrible car accident between the
motorcycle accident. I thought
it was a car accident, but either way, he had to get reconstructive surgery, and that's why he looks so different after A New Hope.
Yeah,
he looks so young.
He was like a young rich guy,
and then they did Empire, and it was like, what's going on?
Yeah, he fucked his face
filled
up.
with civilians that are being forced into labor. They have the classic rebellion plan: destroy the power source, trigger a chain reaction to cripple the fleet with an explosion. But it fails completely. Right as everything is falling apart, a masked warrior arrives, cutting through the battlefield with a double-sided lightsaber. Fast, aggressive, and surgical, and we know that it's Rey. But she's different now. She's dressed in all black. She's wielding a lightsaber that's built from Anakin's broken weapon and her staff. And when all of the civilians in these labor camps see her, they start chanting her name. They start chanting Jedi. She's become a symbol to these people, a myth.
So basically, it's a much more exciting sounding 9th Star Wars movie in that sequence of the Skywalker Kenobi dogma that we've talked about.
Did you go through what I experienced with the 7th and 8th movie?
I didn't get mad about them. But I
don't know what my connection or love for Star Wars was over the years. I think that watching it before like Episode 1, watching all the originals in like the 90s.
That was the thing. Like,
and then going into this new thing and all that and not thinking that the prequel sucked and all this stuff, and it made me like really love it. I have a fucking Star Wars tattoo.
This was actually the thing. The moments from when we found out about the Phantom Menace to before the Clone Wars came out.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful time.
It was a wonderful time.
It was a beautiful time. We had gotten the 90s remasters of some of the original trilogy that George Lucas did.
I remember our aunt and uncle had the 3-pack VHS thing that had the nice little collector's box. That was really fucking cool, and we got to watch those and all that and enjoy that thoroughly. And it really affected me. It impacted me at the time, and I don't know why, really. I loved it. And so when I saw Episode 7 in theaters, I cried at like 3 moments. And I don't know why.
I liked Episode 7.
I was sitting there like this, and I would just be like, and then water would start coming on my face. And I was just like, it was just doing something to me. And so I loved it. And I remember talking to a good friend of mine afterwards, like for like an hour about our ideas and what this means and what this could lead to. And then I moved to Kansas City, and then I saw episode 8, and I was like angry.
Well, that one was
made me hate Ryan Johnson, and he didn't do anything wrong. Knives Out is fun.
Now, but which one is the one where they basically threw out the whole movie before it? Was that the one Ryan Johnson did?
Yes. Where they go to the casino planet, and for some reason,
because that was
Benicio
supposed
del
to
Toro's
be
there.
who was supposed to direct that?
Well, J.J. Abrams did did 7, and then he's out, and then Ryan Johnson came in.
But J.J. Abrams had to leave because didn't he have a child pass away?
Something
crazy like
that. I don't know. I didn't really look into it that much, other than just being angry at the results. Because when am I known to ever really do research?
Yeah, I think one of his children died.
Well, that's devastating.
Well, right. It's one of the only things that could pull you away from a project of that magnitude, I'm sure.
Agreed.
But it's exactly what happened.
And, I listened to a podcast that talks about movies that are, a lot of them are definitely from the past, and like the crazy things that happen, and somehow the movie still gets made. And hopefully it's good, or it is bad, and it's a nightmare, and whatever. I love that podcast. I don't need to name drop it, but it's a fantastic one. It's called What Went Wrong. Doesn't matter.
I've listened to some of that because of your recommendation. It is good.
They have great. They have episodes that I don't care about. I really couldn't give two shits.
No, but if there's a movie you like, listening to a podcast about
I've listened to the Evil Dead one like 3 times. But either way, they really go into some of these things that happen. And, Star Wars is this thing that they've done multiple episodes on it. They did one on A New Hope. They just did one on Empire. And you see, these people are impacted. Some people die halfway through the damn experience. Someone died during the making of Empire that was a very influential producer on the whole deal from meningitis. Holy shit!
That's what Jeff Beck died of, and that just seems so crazy because it's like, what year is it?
Well, back then it was the late '90s or late '70s, early '80s. It was just different.
I'm writing something about an Amazon indigenous Amazonian tribe that's being ravaged by smallpox.
I'm sorry, you're writing something?
Yeah.
About
one time my wife and I were doing this challenge where we were both supposed to write something creatively every day, and so I started several pieces, and I've been revisiting some of them as we approach the end of the year, and I need breaks from putting books away. So it's like, this one I kind of thought would make a good music video.
So you're like Mel Gibson when he made Apocalypto.
I'm on some Mel Gibson right now.
Do you know what Mel Gibson said when he said about making Apocalypto?
What?
He said, I wanted a chase scene, but these days there are too many car chase scenes. I want a chase scene on foot. And someone said, you can't make that a movie. And so he thought, I'm going to make a movie about before cars. And he literally made fucking Apocalypto because he wanted to make a chase scene. That's what he said in an interview.
Well, that's a similar thing to
Jacob, I don't want to watch the trailer.
No, I'm just gonna. I want to kind of peek at some of it, see if I can see some of this, but I got it muted. But the Kevin Smith wrote a Superman movie that never got made.
Yeah,
and one of the main
producer.
The main battle scene was going to be Superman versus a giant robotic spider.
No. Because I've listened to Kevin Smith tell this story in like a 10-parter on TikTok. He said it on a stage at like a con of sorts, right?
At a podium.
He was talking to a crowd of people. It was at like a con, like a convention. And he said that there was the head producer on the project, that they had him come back. They had him editing the script. They had him doing all the kinds of stuff. He was basically going to be in to do this Superman movie. It was going to be the one with Nick Cage.
Right.
That the head producer was like, you can't do this. He was like, I don't want him to fly. I don't want him to wear a cape, and he's got to fight a giant spider. And Kevin Smith is just like, he's Superman, he flies. And he's Superman, he's going to wear his cape. And I'm not going to fucking do the giant spider thing. And that all just kind of fell apart. And then that producer went on to produce Wild Wild West, where they fight a giant mechanical spider.
Yeah.
Yes,
and that
100%.
I guarantee you that Wild Wild West is a better movie. Kevin Kline is from St. Louis.
I like Kevin Kline.
He went to...
I like him in that movie. Avanti!
Yeah.
I like that. But Wild Wild West is not a good movie. I just enjoyed it for what it was.
That's the thing. We were children at the time. It was a perfect movie
and
for
I
us.
watch so many movies that are bad that obviously weren't meant to be bad, but I enjoy them because they are bad. I watched a movie recently. We own it. We own it and the sequel to it, and it's called Trolls, and it came out back in like the 80s. And then Trolls 2 is known in history as one of the worst movies of all time. And there's a documentary that came out in the last like 15 years about Trolls 2 and how it's so bad that it became like a cult icon film. And I gotta tell you, it's so horrific. It's so bad. But at some point, you stop being mad at it and you just start loving it because it's just cuckoo bananas.
Have you seen the latest Iran Lego video?
No, I don't want to do that. Don't do this to me. Oh.
Let me speak to the people in America for a moment. Stay with me.
Is that Macklemore?
This is not.
I know it always sounds like Macklemore to me.
The Iranians, the real ones, will tell you something true. They watch their movies through illegal satellites on rooftops, just like you. They wore your bands and shirts and dreamed of walking your streets at night. They argued about your TV shows and stayed up past midnight. The enemy was never you, never the person at the pump. The enemy makes decisions while you're the one who pays the sum. Every mother in Ohio scared for her son deployed feels exactly what a mother in Manab feels destroyed, because grief is not political. Grief.
Anyway.
Oh, wait, hold on. You got away from this. But so you and your wife are doing this thing where you were doing little...
This was actually a long time ago that we did this.
Mental exercises?
It was like a challenge she was doing from some group online or something.
Was it a COVID thing?
It was kind of before that, but it was supposed to be like a anti-doom scrolling habit.
Gotcha. So did I tell you how I wrote my own D&D one-shot? Mm-hmm. So you can take from like pre-made like prompts and things and make your own. And Danielle did one, and it was actually fantastic. She took one that was already created. I played D&D for a good long time.
We did it on the show.
I haven't done it. Yeah, we did. I haven't done it in a couple years now because our campaign ended and then everyone's lives got really busy. But I made a D&D one-shot. And instead of taking from like a previously made or generated prompt by Wizard of the Coast or one of the providers, I just wrote my own story basically. And the amount of creative outlet that I didn't know that I needed for that time, I was sucked into it. I was so into it, but I realized a lot of my storytelling was cinematic. Like I wanted to create the images in your head.
Yeah,
I was not very good at dialogue. I was not very good at improv, which is definitely a thing that you need when you're DMing a one-shot that you created from scratch. But if you ever wanted to learn the simple basic rules of like a TTRPG like Dungeons & Dragons and then use that to create literally anything. It can be political, it can be religious, it can be a crossover of the two, it can be magical, it can be fucking as simple as a farmer experiencing a fucking tragedy and trying to make something happen in his rural like homestead area. It's crazy, like because all you do is you follow a very base set of rules and the rest is fully creative and fully imaginative, and I loved it. So if you ever want to now I'm sure you don't have time because you have your music and your work and your daughter and your wife and your everything going on and this, but if you ever find yourself with some time where you just want to sit there at a keyboard and just kind of see what happens, just get yourself like a little fucking like opening. That's all I did is I created like a 4-minute narrative of an opening sequence while I worked at Bluewood Brewing. I was a slow day. There was nobody there. I was just standing there at the bar and I was just typing it in the notes section of my phone. And
that's kind of insane.
I created like 15 paragraphs of just details. And then I realized like I had to make something to go with this. So I just started introducing certain things. And it became this really cool thing. Even my like longtime DM at the time, Zach, Zach, he was just like, oh, that's what that is. That's really cool. And I was like, that felt good because like he did a lot. He DM'd us for 7 years.
Right.
And it was just kind of like, we came in like 3 years in, so we only played for like 4 years, but like he created this whole world, and that's kind of what it starts with. It starts with something small and it just keeps expanding. So yeah, if you ever want to revisit the creative outlet thing, maybe not about an indigenous, community getting smallpox, but I mean, also you very well could do that. But
I'm also working on one about
introducing fantasy.
I'm also working on one about a time traveler that tries to save Martin Luther King. But if he succeeds, then the time traveler himself ceases to exist.
Because he's Martin Luther King Jr.
No, I mean just because it radically alters the timeline.
Understandable. But also there's 3 forms of time travel. So there's like the one like that's also done in like Back to the Future, where you affect the past and then you cease to exist because of the butterfly effect, right? There's also then like the more observant perspective of time travel, where you can be there for it. And you can do things and it doesn't really do anything. You just happen to be there at the time, which I think that they kind of tried to do in certain other aspects. And then there's the other one where it's, I might be mixing this up. There's three forms of time travel that are done in narratives.
Do you remember that show?
Yeah, get rid of me. Okay.
That girl could turn into like a metallic goo and ooze around? It was a TV show.
No,
this girl had like superpowers.
Jacob, that was just a Capri Sun commercial.
Oh, that is kind of what she looked like.
They would drink Capri Sun. They'd turn into metallic.
Wasn't there a show where a girl could do that?
No. Remember Animorphs?
Yeah, it was like around that time. Animorphs was a good show.
It was around that time.
And then that guy got to go be an X-Men.
I just remember the alien centaur principle. Yeah, when's the last time you watched Buffy?
Not recently enough.
Is
what's it on? Amazon?
It's on Hulu.
It's on the Hulu.
It's on Hulu.
It's on the Hulu.
It's on the Hulu.
I think my family is home, so we got to wrap this up.
It's okay, but also revisit Buffy. Fantastic. I'm upset with the last couple episodes of the series because I forgot how bad it was, but I introduced Danielle to Buffy, and she was born like a year before that show even started, right? So she didn't know about it, and she came up in a somewhat rural Christian household, so she definitely didn't know about it. And she bought the box set. We now own the box set of the Buffy box set.
The Buffy box set.
Yeah. So I mean that's a thing. And if you guys want to borrow it, if you'd rather watch it on like physical media, great. If not, it's on the Hulu.
Hello.
Yeah, Hurler. But recommend.
Well, guys, thank you for tuning in to Jacob V Weekly. As always, keep up with us at jacobv.com, or you can go directly to caddyshackil.org. Save a life or 9. We'll be back next week.
Folks, I just want to quickly apologize. We've been all over the place today.
That's terrible. That's the worst thing to do.
What?
You don't have to...
Cut it out.
What? Yeah.
Cut it out.
I know. I'm tired of cutting things out.
Yeah, dog fucking.
Oh, I will cut it out. Now I will cut it out.
Good. Bye.